I'm 23 and I am the second youngest out of the 5 of us. I'm Deondra and I'm 27 and I'm second out of the 5 of us.
I'm Gregory, I just turned 25 and I am right in the middle.
I'm Desirae and I'm the oldest and I'm 28.
I'm Ryan, I'm the youngest.
We're all like each other's best friends. But we also all know each other so well, and if one person starts, well, first off, like, I don't think we're like as famous as Lindsay Lohan, so it probably doesn't get to us that much. But if someone does start like acting a little differently or letting something affect them, and then there's the rest of the 4 of us to kind of like keep each other in line and be like, you're kind of acting like a little bit of a diva right now, so maybe you should stop doing that. And and so we keep each other in check, and I think we're trying to stay who we are. I hope nothing that we ever do, like the concerts or the CDs, ever changes who we are, because I think we're a happy family right now. I hope it ever doesn't change.
There was one concert where it was in a college town and there was about 4,000 college students. We walked out on stage and they were screaming like we were the latest pop band. And that was something that like kept us going for a long time because we were like, wow, this is really cool. We're classical musicians,
Like, I feel like I could almost be doing this for free. Like, this is like my dream job, and it also happens to be something I get money for at the same time, which is cool. But for me, the real success is, when I see a bunch of kids come into the lobby afterwards to like get autographs, and they're all like thanking us so much for the concert and telling us how we've inspired them to go want to practice and stuff like that. Like, I mean, true success for me would be if I could really somehow make a difference in this world, in any kids' lives.
There's 5 of us, and we were all doing homeschool together, basically, and always around each other. I think that was a pretty good social interaction right there. But we also tried to make time for going to high school football games and high school dances as well during that time, and then we went off to college. So I don't think there was any social issues there.
The only negatives I really found were that learning a language is pretty difficult to do. Maybe it was just, we did school by correspondence, and so they send you a tape and stuff, so I don't know how I got through that. But, and you can choose to do lab work, for chemistry and things, but other than that, it gave me so much freedom, like the positives, or that it gave me so much freedom to be able to not be limited by the classroom, and that I wasn't always trying to regurgitate the teacher's ideas. I was at liberty to decide my own opinions about politics, about the world, about literature, and and it also gave me more free time to be able to explore things, other interests on my own, which really helped. And all that kind of helped. Most of us did electives at Columbia, and we were a little worried, like, how would our homeschooling hold up, But we went there, and it was not a big deal, We all got really good grades, and it kind of put our worries to rest.
So, we were putting in a lot of hours at the piano when we were younger. When I was like 14, would it like 3 hours?
Somewhere, it would depend. If 3 or 4 on a regular day, if you're getting ready for a competition or a performance, like 6.
Yeah, it can get pretty high, because we were doing a lot of competitions and little performances and stuff when we were younger, and we took it pretty seriously. But we made sure that we had also some time to be normal kids, and that's one of the reasons actually why we were doing homeschool, is so that we could have that extra time to go out and play with friends and to do normal kid stuff. Because by the time that we were finished with our homeschool and our practicing, it was about the same time that everyone else was just getting out of school, and so we could go out and hang out with, have a normal social life.
times when we have to recommit ourselves and decide if this is still really something we want to do. I remember being at Juilliard and I was so discouraged because everybody was so good there and I felt like I was the worst pianist. And I remember thinking, oh, maybe I should just quit the whole thing and go to Columbia. I was taking some electives there. I was like, maybe I'll be a lawyer. It's got to be easier than this. I mean, gosh.
A lot of my biggest disappointments or failures were really in school. I remember, multiple performance classes at Juilliard where after I play, I couldn't even stay in the room. I just have to run out and, I'd be in tears in the bathroom. There's so many times where you just feel like this is, how can I do this? And, now that we've been performing more, there tends to be less and less of those moments just because you get used to being on stage. But it still doesn't change the fact that you get out there and you're nervous, and sometimes a performance one night won't go as well as one the next night. So it's always kind of just how you're feeling at that time. But definitely Juilliard was a very difficult time for, I think, all of us.
We all every once in a while will, like Melody said, like just have little things that like happen in a concert where you feel like you're kind of messing up, or you didn't do this passage the way you would have liked to, but you got to remember just not to focus on those things and just put it in the past, and next night hopefully you'll do better. And that's, if you really just all you can look at were what went wrong in a concert or something like that, then that's really when you start to really get discouraged and down on yourself. So if you're constantly looking for the positive or looking towards the future at what you can do better next time, then I think you're probably not quite as it's probably not as quite as possible that you'll be getting discouraged. So we try not to read a lot of the reviews. We've actually been fortunate enough thus far to have a majority of them be positive reviews, which we were a little unsure about because we do a lot of things very differently in terms of how we present classical music. And so we were unsure as to what the establishment maybe would say about those sort of things. But we've been very fortunate to see that most of them have been positive. Yeah, so you have to not dwell on it, because sometimes every once in a while you do get a bad review, or someone does say something negatively about you. And
It happens to everyone.
And sometimes I've seen friends, and I've even flirted with the idea of letting it affect me myself. And if you do that, it's not really worth it, because it's just one person's opinion, and who knows what the rest of the audience was thinking, because it seemed like they liked it. Music really is the universal language, and it is all about human emotions that we all share. And if you're not sharing that with other people, what's the point, really? And there were times when I was younger that I would play for my friends, the people who were on the baseball team, and your regular kids in high school, and they would think it was really cool. Like I thought I was kind of nerdy just because I played the piano, and then I would play for them and I would get all this positive reinforcement, and they would be like, "That's so cool! I can't believe you can move your fingers that fast and stuff." I think if you really give other kids a chance to hear like what you have to say on the piano or whatever instrument, I think you'll be surprised at what they'll have to say.
I think sometimes teenage musicians think they have to get up on stage and be formal and stiff and do everything right so that people don't think they're messing the etiquette up or something. But really just get up, be yourself, be honest, and I think, people will be moved by that. When we play, and I think it just comes out in our bodies and everything. That I don't know, people either go one way or the other with that. They either really like that or they hate it. But I know when I'm in the audience, I like to see what people are thinking, and it's amplified in classical music, all these emotions, just because the vehicle for expression is so much more complex than other types of music. So you get more shades of emotion that you're able to bring out. And especially, I don't know, we think on the piano, just because you feel like you have the whole orchestra under your fingertips. I know all of us at different points have struggled with, am I supposed to be doing this? But eventually we each decided it was our thing.